Hi, and welcome to another round of weekly kayaking test videos. Medium Wolf said, I see you have a hydration bladder attached to your PFD. It would be nice if you could make a video review or overview of that. The PFD and whatever gear you have attached to it, flashlight, knife, etc. I think actually that's a great idea, and that way I can talk about safety gear that I like to carry on my PFD, and then maybe we could have a conversation about what you guys carry, etc. So, first off, I've been lately using the Kokatat Poseidon PFD. It's been great because you can put the pockets wherever you want. You can take pockets on, off, different types of pockets, and just put them pretty much anywhere on the PFD at all. And then for the hydration pack, this is the Kokatat tributary. You can attach it to pretty much any PFD. I used to have it hanging from my past PFD, which was a Stolquist rocker, and it fit just fine. So this is something that attaches right onto the PFD. It has a bladder inside, which is really helpful because you don't have to stop to drink some water. You can just keep paddling while you're sipping. It also has a secondary pocket. This is where I like to keep some of those things that would get in the way if I had them out in front. So this way they are tucked away, but they're still on me if for some reason I get separated from my kayak. So let's go through those. First, flare. This is the kind that you would scratch off and you could either start a fire with it, or it would be a signaling device for about 5 minutes. It'll burn. However, I would probably use this if I'm on shore mostly. Signaling mirror. This is a dye marker, which will be very helpful during the day. If you open the capsule up, it's a lot of powder that makes a really big colorful ring in your location. So if a search and rescue effort is going on, it would make you a lot more visible. And lastly, compass. Always good to have on you. Over here, it's always good to have a strobe on you if you're doing coastal kayaking. Now remember, these are only used for emergencies. If you turn it on, it'll charge up and start strobing. This is not something that you want to use while you're out on the water to tell other people of your location, because if someone sees this, it means someone is in trouble. We need to get to them as soon as possible. If you want to use a light because you're paddling at night, use a steady white light, or in some cases with big crafts it'll be that red and green to show what direction you're going in. But never use a strobe to give your location, only use it in case of an emergency. Now, with also another thing for strobes, they make some that turn on automatically when you're in the water. For some cases those are good. In our situation it's not good because we are rolling, we're playing in waves, it's going to be wet all the time, and before you know it, the battery might be dead. So I'm a big fan of the ones that you can turn on and off when you think you might need it. As far as knives goes, this is the Spyderco Salt edition. It's a folding knife, and it's been superb because the way it's made, it just can't rust. I've had it for a little over a year on my PFD. I haven't rinsed it once. It still looks the same as when I bought it. It's still as sharp. It is an incredible tool. I highly, highly, highly recommend these knives. They're incredible. Now in the front pocket, over here we have nose clips. These are useful if we're going to do a rolling session. And then, of course, always, always, always with me, a VHF radio. Remember, channel 16, that's a channel for emergencies. Only use it if it's truly an emergency and you have no other resource. There's lots of other channels that are for leisurely use. Only stick to those. I always like having a watch on my PFD. This is a Casio that has altimeter, barometer, and temperature. I don't really use the altimeter much because we're usually at sea level, but the barometer is excellent for when you want to tell if a storm is rolling in. Yes, usually we know what the weather patterns are going to be like because of our VHF radios, or we can look at the radar and websites on our cell phones. But if for some reason you have absolutely no reception and you're far away from towers and you can't get anything else, I think having a barometer could be very helpful in knowing if a storm is rolling in. Then lastly, but not least, whistle. Every PFD should have a whistle no matter what type of paddling you're doing. Even if you're on a small calm lake, always have a whistle with you. If you get separated from the group, if something happens, you need to be able to draw attention to yourself. Always have a safety whistle. They are very cheap at any store, or even just find them online in Amazon. Have a safety whistle attached to your PFD. So that's it for all the gizmos that I have on my PFD. Let me know what you use. I'd love to find out what other people wear. So I hope that was helpful. Like always, these are not perfect answers. These are just tips and things that I've gathered and learned from other instructors, other paddlers, and people that have been doing this a long time. And hopefully they will help you along the way as well. If you have any follow-ups or any other questions, please comment below or reach out to me for any other new topics you want to discuss. Subscribe if you'd like. I'm going to continue making these and put them out as often as I can. And if you'd like to reach out with specific topics, reach out on the Instagram account as well. I always post for questions there. See you next time.